once again posted one leak for episode 2, and I really thought that by the time it was released in Japan, there wouldn't be any leaks. Watch until the end. And since we got a full trailer, I thought the next videos would be about us picking up the story. But for the fans, circus is a holiday because you and I now receive content every day. And now about the image. What you can immediately see is that our heroes who are sent on an adventure are wearing Caine's hat. But another important factor is that the heroes have become small or Caine has become super big. But the hat has almost all the characters except for one Zooble. And after that, I think that Zooble will definitely not go to the kingdom, because we saw her in a new look only once in the trailer, and then she was in the circus with Caine and a bubble. And maybe it was at this moment that Caine asked Zooble to go on an adventure with other circus participants. But she rather refused the adventure, but I'm interested only Zooble can refuse, or can other characters too. And it makes me wonder, did the others really want to leave, or were they just faced with the fact that they were actually just afraid to leave? We will see this more precisely in the episode. But if you look at Jax's face, he just looks bored. He doesn't look like he wants to go. Maybe he went after Pomni. But does this mean that Zooble just never wants to go on adventures? She should at least go a few times for her own good, right? Even the fans get it and have tweeted the question, "Hey Goose, where's Zooble in episode 2? I mean, why aren't they in Candy Canyon Kingdom with the others?" To which Gooseworks replied, "Zooble hates adventure." It makes me wonder why she hates adventures. Maybe she had a bad experience in adventures in the past, or maybe she's just a very withdrawn character. But this is not surprising, because if you watch the previous episode, she is literally kidnapped, there are eaten, for which she has not the best memories, and therefore probably hesitates about the next adventures. Perhaps this photo already shows the end of the adventure, where Caine collects them all and returns them to the circus from the kingdom of Candy Canyon. And if it is so, then I am glad to see that all the members of the circus are in order, because you saw what dangerous adventures there were. Even Jax is depressed that we rarely get to see this. Or Pomni starts abstracting, which according to most people and to me, is a nightmare that can happen. So I hope this leak shows that all is well with the characters in the end. What stands out the most is Caine located in Candy Canyon Kingdom. But we did not see him in the trailer, and he is unlikely to take part in the adventures. Does he follow the characters like in a circus? Because, as you know, Pomni has almost not abstracted from these adventures. And let's say this is not a dream, maybe she really partially abstracts, and Caine has to save her. Because it is unlikely that he will let other characters in there, so as not to show them the horror of where Pomni will end up. But if Caine isn't around during the adventure, maybe he'll get an alert on the strange watch and find out what happened to Pomni. But then he would probably have received such a notification about Kaufmo. And interestingly, we see Caine in Candy Canyon Kingdom, because in this picture, it looks like they are inside the castle and probably standing in front of the princess. And Caine just shows her heroes to choose one of them. And this leak shows us that Caine himself prepared this entire Candy Canyon Kingdom. But the red frame factor is very strange. Is there something dangerous hidden in the kingdom? Because if you look closely, the liquid that pours out looks like it has eyes. And we know that this is one of the factors of abstraction. And did something happen that was not shown to us in the trailer, from which Pomni began to abstract? Will she find something again? As in the previous series about emptiness. And now it turns out we've got an entire episode 2 trailer that helps us piece together the plot. But maybe Caine was just making candy little versions of the circus performers to show the princess so she would recognize them. But it is very strange why Caine did so much to do, if he could just show the picture like they do in the digital circus. And in this photo, Pomni looks scared, as if she has experienced a horror. And if you look at the others, you can tell that Pomni has been to the circus the fewest times because the others look a lot calmer, like they're used to random teleports from Caine like that. Jax, for one, just looks bored, and it's no wonder. But still, I think we'll see a different side of Jax in episode 2 because he looks so lonely and sad sitting with the gator tied up. But here's the thing, Gooseworks did say that episode 2 would be about depression, but if she meant that all the characters would be severely damaged, I think so, because let's look at it from the other side. Ragatha, Kinger, Gangle, and Jax almost didn't eat the chocolate monster. Pomni got lost somewhere and was on a truck with an alligator, and in addition, it is not known whether she abstracted. Gangle already at the beginning of the episode started walking around in a sad mask, which is rather not fun for him either. So I agree that maybe Zooble is even lucky to stay in the digital circus, because she would probably lose almost all her parts in this adventure. Because the shaking of characters was incredible. But in the picture, Ragatha and Pomni look panicked. Do the images in this seem to show which of the characters felt the most emotions in the second episode? Jax looks sad, just like in the trailer. Kinger is the same everywhere, seemingly calm, which I'm not surprised by, because he has already experienced so much that he has become resistant to stress. And we actually saw Ragatha as a responsible person for the other characters in the trailer, that she has to worry a lot about the other contestants. And the moment she receives a gift from the princess, which seems to be the key to the kingdom, shows that she is the leader of the group, because she talks very friendly with all the characters. But looking at Caine, he seems happy for the circus performers. Perhaps he watched them from the circus, or from his favorite restaurant, to see if they can handle the adventure, if not focus on talking to babble. Why can it affect that he can miss dangerous moments, but we just don't know? And he looks pleased with what he did, but the facial expressions of the participants are not satisfied. But they will have a real adventure when they meet the princess. Maybe she will give them a job, and this will be their adventure. But if you remember the frame with maple syrup, then maybe they will have more than one task, or just to enjoy the horror. Oh, that is, the adventures that he created. Pomni may have started to abstract, and they also had to deal with more emotional stuff that we don't even know yet. And now the question is, where is Zooble and what will happen to it? It's possible that Caine only let her stay in the circus because he was spending time with her and Bubble so she could keep them company. I don't think he would have let her stay in the room alone, because then the same story as with Kaufmo could have started. But I guess we'll just have to see what happens with episode 2. Just a little bit of a wait until May 3rd. But write your opinion in the comments. What will actually be in the new episode? Be sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Before meeting